Hello, and welcome to the first session of Pobble Live. Welcome to the people who are watching currently. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a couple of minutes just to let anybody else come along to the session to log on. If you want to, for now, you can put hello in the chat. But we'll just wait and see if there are other people waiting, and we'll give them a minute to arrive. So please feel free to say hello in the chat. We are now live. I'm just going to wait a couple of minutes just in case there's anybody else waiting or wanting to join the live stream today. Oh, we just had a shoot up of people. It's doubled in number, so we'll wait to see if anybody else is joining us tonight, and then when they have, in a couple of minutes, we'll get started. For those that are watching, can you hear me? Okay, if you can, could somebody just put a yes in the chat? Fabulous. That's great. Good. Glad you can hear me. Okay, we'll wait another minute or two and then we will get started with our Pobble today. If you're watching as a parent, welcome. If you're watching as a child, feel free to bring your Pobble book along to this session. If you have a pen or a pencil at home and you're going to do your Pobble work along live, that is absolutely fine as well. So go and grab those, bring them. And you can start doing your Pobble and doing your Pobble right as we go through this session. If you're just tuning in, if you're just coming to the channel, you can see we are doing our first ever Pobble Live, which will be ongoing now on a Wednesday at 5 o'clock. And of course, if you're not joining us live at 5 o'clock to join in with the chat, you can join in at another time, whatever suits you best. I'm going to give it another minute and then I'm going to start the session, and we'll see if anyone joins us or anybody else joins us. And a thumbs up, that's great. If you haven't subscribed already, please consider subscribing, and then you should get alerts if you press the bell, I believe, when Pobble Live goes live again. And then you can just use that link to get straight to the video. Hopefully we've all found it okay. Followed the link that was out on School Spider or the link that was sent home today with the children. Okay, we've got a few more people coming in. Oh, my light went away. Oh, no. Oh, it came back. Lovely. Good. Good to see that like keeps coming and going. We'll see if it keeps coming and going throughout. And if you are here, give me a like too. I do like the likes. Little thumbs up. It's great. All right, another 30 seconds and I'm going to get started. And as people join, they can join in and they can give messages as we go through. 2 likes, look at that. Fantastic. That's absolutely great. And more people joining us. That is wonderful as well. Lovely to have you here. Lovely to have you with us for the first Pobble Live. Hi, Mr. Keeling. Hello. It's good to see you. How are you? Welcome. Glad to have you here. I hope you've got your book ready, and I hope you're ready to give me lots of answers in the live chat. You can ask your parents if they're there as well to give you some of the answers. Don't worry about that. All right. We've got a few people. I'm not going to hold us up for too long. Hi. Welcome to the chat. Fantastic. I'm going to get started because I think some people will watch this after, and I don't want to leave it too long at the start where we're not doing anything. So, as I said, this is the first Pobble Live, and it's going to be related to the picture that you have in your Pobble books. So, if you have your Pobble books at home, if you open them up, you should recognize this picture that I am about to put up. This is the picture that was given out and that was glued in all of the Pobble books across year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5, and year 6. Hello, welcome to the chat. Fabulous. You three, you're my go-to. You're going to help me. You're going to help me build this list. And we're getting a few more people. That's lovely to see. If you want to put a little like or if you want to subscribe, please do, and you'll get notifications. As I was saying, this image of a bear is what you will have in your Pobble books this week. I want to know, just as a little starting, little fun activity, there is absolutely no wrong answer. So do not worry about what you write in that chat. There isn't a wrong answer. It can even be a little funny answer. But I want to know what this bear in this image is doing. So is the bear practicing yoga, maybe? I mean, the picture was called Yoga Bear. I did get excited when I saw the picture was called Yoga Bear because I thought it was called Yogi Bear, which is an old cartoon that a lot of you children probably won't remember, but was great. It was Yoga Bear, which I'm also still very excited about. So it could be practicing yoga. This bear could be relaxing, practicing yoga. Could be practicing something called mindfulness, where we deeply breathe through our nose and we notice the breathing to help our relaxation, but also to help our brains. Could be being at one with nature, just being at peace and being within the woods. That is perfectly fine as well. I want to know, if you're in the chat at the moment, what do you think this bear is doing? What is this bear doing at the moment? So let's have a look. Somebody says the bear is meditating. Could be meditating. Absolutely. Would go along the lines of the kind of wellness, mindfulness, yoga kind of area. The bear is doing some yoga. Yes. What else could this bear be doing? What do you think? He's staring off in the distance. He's waiting with his hands together expectantly. Is there anything else in the chat that you think this bear might be doing? He is relaxing, absolutely. He could just be relaxing, enjoying the beauty and the warm weather. And we've got another person saying meditating as well. So we've got some people in agreement there. Lovely, could be meditating. Whatever he's doing, this bear looks peaceful. This bear looks calm. This bear looks relaxed. What I would like us to do, because our Pobble is all around this bear, I would like us to come up with some language that we could use to describe how this bear is feeling. I'll start us off with peaceful. This bear is peaceful. He's meditating. He's in the woods. He's peaceful. He's feeling peaceful. He's at peace. I might use the word serene, a synonym for peaceful, calm, relaxed. Here we go. Calm, relaxed. Can you think of any other words that might describe how this bear is feeling? Now, I've gone very much for the kind of calm, relaxed, quiet. Yeah, he's feeling thoughtful. He's feeling quiet. He's feeling reflective. Lovely, quiet. A bear is peacefully sitting in the woods. And that's taking my word and adding an ending to it, a suffix to the end, ly, saying peacefully. That's how the bear is doing it. So if he's doing it peacefully, that is an adverb. Well done, adding the adverb there. Thank you. Elated. Love that. I'm going to add that to my list. I'm going to put that up there. He is elated. And I've done that very badly. Apologies. Elated. Feeling elated. Absolutely ecstatic. I mean, he's not jumping for joy. He's quite calm, but he can still feel elated inside. Chilled. I like that one. Chilled. Yeah. Absolutely, he's chilled. He's feeling quite relaxed, isn't he? He's chilled. He's chill, warm. He's feeling warm and joyful. Lovely words. Warm, joyful, full of joy. How else might this bear be feeling, do we think? Warm, yes. I've got warm, quiet, calm, relaxing, wonderful. Mindful, yeah, using that mindfulness. And curious, yeah, he does. He might be curious because he's looking off in a certain direction. And actually, that word, curious, happy, like it, that word, curious, leads us into carefree. Oh, sorry, keep going off topic, but I'm getting some good words here. Carefree feels 41. Not sure about that. That might be a typo there, but certainly carefree, happy. But I'm going to draw into that word curious because today and today's session is all about questions and questioning. Today's focus, questions. There are 4 types of sentences that we focus on in English. One of these, to varying levels of difficulty, varying levels of difficulty is, questions. Questions are one type of the sentence. Can you think of any other types of sentences? Now, you might think, a subordinate clause, or you might think a main clause, or you might think compound or complex sentence. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the 4 sentence types, usually demarked with different types of punctuation. I'm going to give you 30 seconds to think. If we don't get them, don't worry. They're on the next slide. But if you can, excellent, type it into the chat. Question is 1. I'm just looking for a rubber. I found the rubber. Oh, okay. Right. I've got some punctuation coming up. So some people have said bullet points. Some people have said full stop. I can tell you that one of these types of sentences does end with a full stop. In fact, 2 of them end with full stops. And I've just seen one word that I'm going to take here because the sentence is an exclamation and would end with an exclamation mark. Fantastic. That is one of the 4 sentences that I am referring to. The other, as I mentioned, is a question. And we demark a question using a question mark. So we have exclamation using exclamation marks. We have a question using a question mark. Affirmation, absolutely. That is certainly a type, but it's not one of the 4 that we focus on. Absolutely. The full stop is a piece of punctuation that we use at the end of 2 of these 4 types of sentences. And we've got 2 of the sentences so far. We've got question and we've got exclamation. I've just had the word parenthesis, so I can tell that here I'm speaking to a year 5 child because we've been doing our parenthesis. Fantastic. No, parenthesis is a good feature of writing. It's adding extra information into a sentence. Lovely. And it's using brackets or commas or dashes to do so, but it is not one of the 4 sentence types that we look at. Now, speech, absolutely. Speech is a way of representing what somebody is saying. So it is different to other sentences. However, the speech can be one of these 4 sentence types. So when you're doing speech, it can be a question, it can be an exclamation, and it can be the 2 others that I haven't mentioned yet. Relative clause, I'm seeing again some really good knowledge there, but no, relative clauses use a relative pronoun to add extra information. Let's have a look, shall we? These are the 4 types of sentence. You can't quite see it, that's fine. I'm going to go through them anyway. But we have a declarative sentence where we declare something. It's also known as a statement. And a statement basically is just when you tell somebody something. It can be factual information, so something that is true, or it can be something that is completely and utterly made up. So, for example, I like the color blue. That is fiction because actually I like the color green, but both are statements. Yeah? I ate ice cream today is a statement. I have a pet dinosaur is a statement. The table in front of me, which this laptop is sat on, there's a relative clause, is brown. It has 4 legs. These are all statements that are demarked. I am really liking, is that ice cream? Oh no, I think that's someone dancing. I thought because I mentioned ice cream, somebody put an ice cream emoji into the chat, but I don't think that's what it is. That would have been funny though. So that's the first type of sentence. I'm going to leave this one for a moment, the one in red. We also have an imperative sentence or a command. So basically, when you, there's the ice cream. Thanks so much. I'll have those later. The imperative sentence is a command. So it's using what we like to call bossy verbs, verbs which tell people what to do. It's giving an instruction, basically. And those bossy verbs that we use, they have a proper name, which actually feeds into the name of this sentence. They're called imperative verbs or using imperative language. It is imperative that you must do this. I'm seeing that I'm getting a few more people coming into the video. If you missed the start, don't worry, just right along, stay with us, and then you can always, I'll put this video on after so you can rewatch it, you can go through it, you can use it however you see fit. So that's an imperative sentence. So go get me that ice cream, or put that down, or mix the water with the flour. These are all, commands because you're using that imperative language like go, fetch, get, etc. and so forth. The third type of sentence is one that we actually got in the chat. So well done, chat. It was the exclamation. And an exclamation sentence is also known as an exclamative sentence where you express a strong emotion. Yeah. So I'm going to pretend I'm very angry, for example. I'm very angry now. And I might, at the end of that, put an exclamation mark to show that I've changed my voice and I've declared passionately what I have said. Finally, and today's focus, we have just above my shoulder here, the interrogative sentence. Interrogation stems from this because it's all about asking questions. And that's what this sentence is basically. It is asking a question. Okay. We know the 4 types of sentences now. We know our focus today, a question. Oh, I've just had a hi, Mr. Keeling. Hi. We know that we are going to be looking at questions. And what I need, hello again, what I need is I need some words to start my questions. Okay? So I want you to have a think. And in the chat, I would like you to write any words you know you can use to start a sentence. Let me give you an example. I might use the word what to begin a sentence. In fact, I did use the word what to begin a sentence. What words can we use to start a question? What other words are there? I'm going to give the chat a few seconds to catch up, and then I'll list some of your words. Absolutely. We can have the word who. Who are you? We can have the word when. When will dinner be ready? Why? Why isn't dinner ready? How? Lovely. Some great answers. How are you feeling today? How are you doing? How long will it take to get there? Somebody's put who, what, where, why, who, all of them together. When is your birthday? 13th of May, if you're planning on getting me a present. Whose shoes are they? Whose? Lovely. And then you could also have the apostrophe. So who is where, when, where, did. There's a new one. Fabulous. Somebody's very excited about the word when. When! Lots of exclamation marks. Did. Lovely. Did you have a nice time? Did everything go okay? Can. Wonderful. Can I get through this? Can I do this? Can I persevere? Can I finish my Pobble live session today? Should, and all of those kinds of words. Should, would, could. Should I? Could I? Would I? Absolutely. Should, could, would. Ah, wonderful. You know, I've got a slide after this. You've said all of my words so far and more. Are you okay? Are can start a sentence. Fantastic. There are so many ways of starting a sentence. Here are a few that I put up. I think we've covered most of them, but let's have a quick look. So I've got what? What are you doing? It asks for a thing. What is this? What is that? What? Where? Asks for a place. Where are you? Where is my ice cream? Where is, I don't know, the invisible elephant that I lost? When? When will it happen? Refers to time. So we've got what, a thing, where, a place, when, a time. Why? Searches for a reason. Why did you do that? Why is this happening? Who refers to a person. Who is this? Who's this person here? Which? Absolutely. Well done. Well done. Which? Again, it asks for a thing if a choice of several is given. So, for example, which color do you prefer? I'm going to ask you the question. Put it into the comments. I've already told you my favorite color is green. Which is your favorite color? Just write it in. Somebody's getting really happy with the emojis. Purple, red and black. Absolutely. Has can be another question word. Mine is lavender. What a wonderful color. Absolutely. If I'm specific, I'd say emerald green, or I quite like lime green as well. But you see, with which, the word which is being specific. It's not just a thing like what, it's a group of things. Yeah? Which is your favorite fruit? Which is your favorite dinosaur? Which one should I select? Corrie. Like Coronation Street. Oh, Coral. That's my reading. Apologies. Whose, which we had. And then there are others that I put down the bottom. There's lots like will, do, how, would. I think you can turn if into a question as well. There are two ways to purple. Somebody shout purple. Just needed to get that out there. Someone's favorite color is purple. Popular color. There are two ways to recognize a question within a piece of writing. One is what we've just done. It's the question word at the start. The second way of recognizing is what we had earlier, our question mark. So a question starts with one of our question words and is demarked at the end by a question mark. What are you doing? Question mark. Who are you? Question mark. When will I get home? Question mark. Why am I so hungry today? Question mark. How old are you? Question mark. Whose shoes are they? Question mark. Did I really eat that whole chocolate cake? Question mark. Can I eat the rest of the other chocolate cake? Question mark. Okay, Fabulous. When we do it in speech, however, we can't see the question mark. We can hear the question word. So when I ask you a question, I say, how are you? What are you doing? You can hear those question words, but you can't see a question mark when I speak. So we have an indication of letting other people around us know that it is a question, and it's called an upward inflection. Now, don't worry, this won't be on the test. In fact, there isn't a test, so don't worry. There's an upwards inflection at the end of the sentence, which indicates to the listener that it is a question. For example, how are you? You notice that my voice goes up slightly at the end to indicate the question. What are you doing? Great, no test. Don't worry about that. Where have you been? The upward inflection is how we do the question mark without actually writing a question mark. But you can't do the upwards inflection in a book or in a piece of writing. Therefore, we add our question mark. And that's why we add all punctuation. When we speak to each other, it's so much easier not to get confused because we can clarify, we can explain what we mean, and we can use our voices and our expressions to show what we mean. But when we write sentences, that's lost. We can't do a dance, on the page unless you draw yourself doing a dance, but that's a very elaborate way of writing. What we do instead is we use punctuation. And to show our questions, we demark them. We end our questions with a question mark. So how could we use questions today to talk about this bear? Let's call him Bob. No, George. No, Cedric. Let's call him Cedric the bear. So Cedric the bear is relaxing. He's in the woods. He's chilled. That was a great word. He's relaxed. He's peacefully serene. How could we use questions in our Pobble about the bear? Well, we could show what the bear is thinking. Now, when you write what someone is thinking, you do it in italics. Now, don't worry about that, unless you really want to get that in as a feature. But when you show what a character is thinking, you write it in italics. I love the woods. And italics is tilting the words slightly more than the rest of the words around it. It says wood, not woods. Tilting the words slightly more than the others around it to show that it is a thought. Love this bit of chat going on, by the way. How old is the bear? 71,771. Very old bear. Very old bear. Okay. I can show his thoughts by using italics. And I could show the bear thinking something. So perhaps he's looking off into the distance because he's actually hungry. So the question he would ask is, where, a place word, is my dinner, comma, thought the bear. Using italics, slightly tilting the words, where is my dinner, and then straightening the words for thought the bear. What have I done wrong? Can anyone spot my mistake? Where is my dinner? Question. Thought the bear. What have I done wrong? Can anyone tell me? Yes, absolutely. I see lots of them there. Question marks. I need question marks for questions. Where is my dinner? Question mark. So I can use italics and question marks to show what the bear may be thinking. And he might be questioning. What other questions might this bear have? Where am I? I feel so lost. Might be one question that he's thinking. How have I never sat here before? How come I've never wandered these wondrous, leaf-covered, enchanted walkways? I love that one that's just come up. Where is my home? Yeah, maybe the bear's a little lost, although he looks pretty calm about it. Let's see if you can add those question marks in the chat as well. So where is my home? Don't forget your question mark. Lovely. Anything else? Is it going to rain? Is it going to rain? Absolutely. And if he's exclaiming it, which he wouldn't because he's asking it, isn't he? It's not an exclamation. Questioned the bear would work there. And what you could do is you could put speech marks around that. So you could do speech marks. Is it going to rain? Question mark, close speech mark. Asked the bear. Full stop. So you can surround that question by speech marks like I did here and embed that question mark before you close the speech marks. Great. Lovely idea. Let's keep going. So we said we could show what this bear is thinking. We could also use it, which you just have, as direct speech. Speech mark. Where am I? Question mark. Close your speech marks. Inquired the bear. All you need is a synonym, a word that means asked. Why am I hungry? Asked the bear. Lovely. And again, that's an example of the second one. It may use direct speech. He might say out loud, should I go home now? Why am I hungry? And they could be either thoughts with italics or direct speech with speech marks. He could be doing an outside inside. Now, this is a great type of sentence where you say what the bear is like on the outside, but then you show what they're thinking on the inside. Outside, the bear looked calm and serene. Inside, he thought, why am I so terribly, terribly lost? Okay. On the outside, the bear looked peaceful. On the inside, he asked, what could he ask? Oh, lovely. Let's have a look. The bear was calm on the outside, but inside he was worried. I wonder if we could turn that into a question. On the outside, the bear was peaceful. On the inside, he asked, where can I find food? Absolutely, like that one. Don't forget to pair it with that inside as well. Are there any other examples of an outside, inside? So use my outside. You can say, outside, the bear was calm. Outside, the bear was at peace. Outside, the bear looked relaxed. Inside, what does he question? What does he ask himself? Inside, he asked himself. However, he asked himself, what's he asking inside? He was not showing anger, but on the inside, he asked, why am I so angry? Profound, like it. The bear was peaceful on the outside, but on the inside, the bear was questioning himself. Why am I not at home now? Why must I always reflect so hard within these woods? Inside, he was thinking, where are my friends? On the outside, he looked peaceful. On the inside, he was thinking, where are my friends? Like it. You could ask rhetorical questions. So if you were comparing this calm, relaxed bear to somebody else who's a little bit more stressed, a little bit more anxious, you could ask a rhetorical question. Why are you feeling so stressed? Why have you got so anxious? Wouldn't you like to be like this bear? And that is where persuasion comes in as well, because you can use rhetorical questions to persuade someone. So for example, if this was an advert for relaxation, for mindfulness, if you were trying to sell mindfulness or tell someone to do mindfulness, you might use rhetorical questions. Wouldn't you like to feel this relaxed? Wouldn't you like to be this at peace? Wouldn't you want to find happiness? Well, then, come and do this. Yeah? You're asking 3 questions because 3 is the magic number when it comes to persuasion. You're asking 3 questions, but they're not questions that are answered out loud. They are questions to make the person you are questioning think. Wouldn't you like to come and join us? Wouldn't you like overwhelming joy? Wouldn't you like to find inner peace? Why be stressed? Why be anxious? Why be worried? Come and do some mindfulness. Lovely. So there we've covered my list of some reasons why we might ask questions with this picture, showing what the bear might be thinking, showing what the bear might say, showing what's on the outside and on the inside, asking rhetorical questions that have no answer, or using 3 questions in a row to try and persuade someone. Let's see what we've got. Why are you worried? Wouldn't you like to be happy? Would you like to follow yoga for peace and mindfulness? Yes, beautiful question. I would like that peace and that mindfulness. So I will do it. Thank you. Lovely. All right. Let's get into actual Pobble ideas then for this week. So if you've been listening along, now's where you can take some time to actually think about what you're going to do in your Pobble writing. And here are some ideas from me. Now, you absolutely don't have to do these, but they may work with some of the questioning that we've looked at today. So, your oh, that's wrong, my mistake. Your teacher usually gives you ideas for Pobble, but we're going to share some together. So here we go. You could create a list of instructions for conducting a mindfulness session. Now, there you would be using imperative language more than you would be using questions, but you could start it by asking those rhetorical questions. Do you want inner peace? Do you want happiness? Do you want to lower your stress levels? If so, take part in mindfulness. Here are some handy instructions. Deeply breathe in through the nose. Hold for 5 seconds. Breathe out through your mouth. And that's when you start getting into the instructions. One idea there. You could ask some questions like this. Wouldn't you like to be relaxed? Can you afford to miss out on mindfulness? And do you want to be stressed? Well, if not, follow these handy instructions. Why not? Persuade them. Another idea that you could do in your writing today. Perhaps you would like to pair questions with poetry. Here's an example that I've put together. Why does the bear over there have no cares? He sits alone and only stares. How can he be so peaceful and serene? Perhaps it's being surrounded by all that is green. Yes, and I have used rhyming features within my poem. Well spotted. Thank you so much. Okay, why not have a go? Think of a question and then see if you can write a sentence that has a rhyming word after it. If you can't, maybe in the chat, somebody will write the question and then somebody else could write a rhyming word for us. Anybody got a question about that bear? How are you so peaceful? Why are you in the woods? Anything like that. Any questions about the bear? He sits alone in the lonely kitchen. How are you so happy? And what rhymes with happy? How are you so happy? Happy. What rhymes with happy? What rhymes with happy? Or what rhymes with kitchen? Should I care? I'm a bear, question mark. What rhymes with bear? Oh, air, that one. So we could finish that off. Should I care if I'm a bear, question mark, when I'm taking in all this fresh air? But that would be our question mark there because I've carried on the question. How are you feeling today? I feel hip, hip, hooray. So pairing up those questions with rhyming words in the next sentence, which is a statement, could be a good way of writing a poem. One of the most straightforward ideas that you could do here is you could just do a conversation. And this one I quite like. So it's a conversation between the bear and an annoying creature. So the bear sits there peaceful, not talking, stoic. And a creature comes along and asks him question after question after question, hoping to annoy the bear, but not succeeding. Let's look at my example. "Why are you sitting there so silently?" asked the devious mouse. The bear took a calm breath. "And how did you get so big and hairy and ugly?" smiled the mischievous creature. The bear refused to have its concentration broken. "Also, what's all the point in this meditation? Wouldn't you rather watch TV? This has got to be boring, hasn't it?" Silence abounded. The silence was everywhere. So you could make up your own conversation. It doesn't have to be annoying creature and the bear. It could be whatever you want, as long as it's featuring those questions that we've talked about. And it could just be one question. Your teacher could look out for just the one question that you've done. The bear sat in the shade, reclined back, and stated, "How have I ended up so lucky as to be here amongst all of the beautiful nature?" Question mark. That is fine too. He sits alone in happiness. The bear is very peaceful. How are you so silent? Why are you alone? Lovely questions coming up, guys. Well done. Finally, you may just want to focus on questions, and that is absolutely fine too. Maybe you just want to write a list of questions that the bear is reflecting on in its own mind. Why are trees green? How does the sky change color? How can a bear ask questions? Bear might ask himself that. So you might want to think about big questions that you yourself, if you were in the middle of the woods in silence, might ask. Like, of course, the age-old proverb of the tree falling in the woods. If a tree falls and no one is around to hear it, does it create a sound? The answer is yes, because it makes vibrations. But can a sound exist if no one is around to hear it? What's with all these questions? Well, we're focusing on questions, that's why. Okay. Just to finish, I've created a word bank of words that you may want to use in this week's Pobble task. It's up to you, ultimately, how you do it. And there is no expectation of how much you produce. Really, it's up to you. But if you have joined in with this video, and if you have been here tonight, or if you've come later to this event, I would really love to see some questions in your work. And I would really love it if some of your teachers, if you go to your teachers, would send some of the questions to me so we can share them with each other. I'm going to bring you a little closer so you can see this word bank, and then I'm going to say goodbye. Now, if you want to use this word bank and use some of these words that are up here, that's fine. You can always just pause the video now, or when I take it closer, and use it like that to help you with your writing. But I'm going to come up that way. Yeah, no, I'm making it worse. Ooh, sorry, flying around. I think I was better over there, weren't we? Let me just, there we go. There we go. I'm just going to hold it there so you can pause the video now if you want to on the word bank. The video will be uploaded and public later, so you can always pause it later too. I'm just going to quickly read through those words for you. So we have absorbed. So that's being absorbed in the moment, the whole moment absorbing you. Attuned, being one with nature, being a part of nature, tuning into nature. Blissful, very happy. Blank, nothing on your mind. Collected, calm, driven, like focused. Dedicated, energy, feeling energy. Elated, we had earlier. Well done if you gave me that word. Essence, the soul, the part of you that's inside, a spirit, which some religions may believe are within us. Focused, And I think a lot of this kind of mindfulness and relaxation does get you to focus inward. Guided, being guided by the nature, being guided by our own thoughts. Grounded, again, one with nature, at peace, being present in that moment. Guarded, protected by that nature. What is attuned? So being attuned is just, when we refer to being attuned with nature, it means that we feel that we are a part of nature and we're calm and relaxed within that nature. Heightened, so his senses were higher, they were heightened. Harmony, feeling bliss, peace. Instilled, something that is within us, stays within us, part of us, it is instilled in us. Joyous, really happy, lamenting, maybe actually. There's a little bit of sadness here. Lamenting, lost, mindful, mindfulness, peace, quiet, restful, relaxed, remote, silent, serene, and unified, together with the nature, part of the nature, unified. Thank you so much for joining me tonight for our first Pobble Live. We'll do this weekly, and hopefully it's a help. And I hope that you've enjoyed it. And I hope to see you next time. Thank you so much for all your contributions. Thank you so much for joining in the live chat. And thank you so much for all your wonderful, wonderful questions. You've done a really, really good job tonight. If you're watching this video after the live session, feel free to go back to any part of it that might help with your Pobble. So, for example, if you want to do the conversation bit with the speech, just go back to that bit, pause it on my speech, use it as a template, use it as a start, just go with it. Thank you so much. No, there isn't one tomorrow. It will be next Wednesday. We're going to do it every Wednesday at 5 o'clock. See you then. Bye, everyone.